Hello everyone, this is English Conversation 1. We're using A Step Forward in Conversation Book 1. This is the first lesson, Unit 1. Unit 1 is called Daily Activities. In Unit 1, we're going to look at present continuous tense. We'll look at the warm-up activity first, and we'll see several examples of present continuous. There are two ladies, and they haven't seen each other in a while, so they're just catching up. The first lady says, "Hello, what are you doing these days?" The second girl replies, "I'm studying hard for my exams. How about you?" The first lady, "I'm still working as a lawyer, but I'm playing a lot of tennis as well." So first we see just the friendly greeting, and she asks her, "What are you doing these days?" So we see doing, do plus ing. That's the present continuous form. I'm studying, study plus ing. I'm still working, work plus ing. But I'm playing a lot of tennis as well, too. So she's a lawyer and she plays a lot of tennis. The first conversation, Michelle and Sachiko. Again, they haven't seen each other in a while, and they're just catching up. Let's listen to the conversation.
A step forward in Conversation 1. Track 1.
Hello, Sachiko. It's good to see you again. What are you doing these days? I'm still working as a stewardess. How about you? I'm still an exchange student. Are you enjoying it? Not very much. I'm thinking of going back to Switzerland.
So Michelle and Sachiko, they haven't seen each other in a while. It's not their first time meeting. They've met before and they know a little bit about each other. So Michelle starts off with a polite greeting. "Hello, Sachiko. It's good to see you again." In other words, she's seen her before. "What are you doing these days?" What are you doing? Do plus ing. These days, nowadays. Sachiko responds, "I'm still working as a stewardess. How about you?" So Sachiko, in the past, worked as a stewardess, and now she works as a stewardess. So I'm still working. Michelle says, "I'm still an exchange student." So we see the word still twice now. Still means she was before and she is now. Sachiko asks a follow-up question. "Are you enjoying it?" Michelle says, "Not very much." In other words, she's not enjoying it. "I'm thinking of going back to Switzerland." So we see two present continuous verbs, think plus ing and go plus ing. I'm thinking of, or some people say I'm thinking about, means I haven't decided. Going back to Switzerland tells us she came from Switzerland or she lived in Switzerland. So she's going back. She's thinking of going back, but she's not sure. One other thing in this conversation, Sachiko says, I'm still working as a stewardess. The word stewardess is not used often nowadays. Instead, people use the term flight attendant. Stewardess refers to a female. But as you know, if you've been on an airplane, there may be a male or a female, and they're called flight attendants. Okay, let's take a quick look at the grammar. So we see how the sentences and questions are structured. So just a reminder, we use present continuous to describe an action that is going on at the moment. So right now. We can have affirmative statements, negative statements, or interrogative statements. An interrogative statement is a question. It's just a technical term for a question. We'll notice if we use I, you, we, they, he, she, it, the verb to be will change. I am going. Am is the verb to be. If we say you, then it becomes you are going. So the verb to be is are. We are going, they are going. If we use he, she, or it, then the verb to be will become is. He is going, she is going, it is going. So, a couple of examples. I am going home. You are going home. He is going home. In the negative statement, the only thing that changes is we add not. So in the first case, I, long form is I am not going. I'm is the contraction. I'm not going. You are not going. You aren't going. We aren't going. They aren't going. He isn't going. She isn't going. It isn't going. Now, just a point about the contractions. For you, we, they, he, she, it, we have two options for forming the contraction. We can contract you are, so the statement becomes you're not going. Or we can contract are not. So like we see here, you aren't going. We're not going, they're not going. Here we see he isn't going. We can also contract he is, so it becomes he's not going. She's not going. It's not going. Notice we cannot contract am not. So to say I am't going is incorrect. Okay, but for the others, we have an option of which two words we contract. For questions, we see the verb to be is now at the beginning of the question. we see the question, am I going? You, we, they, are you going? Are we going? Are they going? He, she, it, is he going? Is she going? Is it going? One point about this, when we have the verb to be at the beginning of the question, the answer will be yes or no. If I wanted to make an information question, for example, when am I going? Then because when is first, that's information. But if the verb to be is first, then the answer is yes or no. Am I going home? Yes, I am. Am I going home? No, I'm not. Okay, and we can practice some more at the bottom. Let's take a quick look at the expressions in this unit. Some of the expressions are quite straightforward, but some are not so clear. The first one, hang out with friends. What does hang out mean? Well, we used to say we hang out the laundry. So we would do laundry in a washing machine and then we would hang it outside. So hang out. Here, hang out means be with someone, but not do anything specific. If I was going to play basketball with my friends, then I would say, play basketball with my friends, not hang out. If I was going to meet a friend for coffee, then I would say, I'm having a coffee with friends. Hang out is not a specific activity. What are you doing? I'm hanging out with friends. Working part-time is straightforward. I'm working part-time at a convenience store. Go out. We see go out twice. Go out for a drink, go out for dinner. Go out means to not stay home. So leave your house. I'm going out for a drink. I'm going out for a drink with friends. Also, a drink means generally some alcoholic beverage. So if I was going out for coffee with a friend, I wouldn't say I'm going out for a drink. I would say I'm going out for a coffee. Go out for dinner, not stay home. Go somewhere outside your house. It could be a restaurant. It could be a friend's house. Visit my parents. What are you doing? I'm visiting my parents. Means you're at your parents' house, but you are not living there. Maybe it's the weekend. You live in the dormitory, but you go to your hometown for the weekend, then you can say, I'm visiting my parents. Work in the lab. She's working in the lab. Lab is a short word for laboratory. I'm working on a project. Have a party. Have a party means your party. I'm having a party means it's my party. She's having a party means it's her party. Mary is having a party, it's Mary's party. I'm studying for exams. We're doing homework. I'm going to a movie. I'm going to a club. Again, going to means not staying home. If I said I'm going to a movie theater, we think I'm going to a movie, we think movie theater. I'm going to a club. That's maybe a dance club, a nightclub. In North America, we have different words. We use club, we use bar, we use pub. It's a place to go drinking, dancing, that kind of thing. Okay, here we have some practice. We have 6 pictures, and we have to complete the sentences about what the people are doing. Number 1, it says, she's studying hard. She's studying very hard. Now, looking at the picture, I don't know if she's studying very hard. So if we just say, she's studying, that's good. She's studying hard. She's studying very hard. What about number 2? He has 2 trays. It looks like burger, drinks. He's carrying food every night. Who carries food? A waiter? Where does a waiter work? In a restaurant. He's working in a restaurant every night. He's missing. He's missing the ball a lot. He's playing baseball a lot. There is no single correct answer. These answers, it depends on what you think. I think he's not very good at baseball. So I would say he's missing the ball a lot. Picture 4. We see a house in the distance. There's a for sale sign and 2 people are walking towards the house. They're looking for a new house. If you said they're buying a new house, the sentence is good, but they haven't been to the house yet. So we don't know if they're going to buy it. Number 5. He's doing what with his mother? He's pushing his mother? He's watching the sunset with his mother? He's taking care of his mother. And picture 6. He's exercising a lot. He's weightlifting a lot. He's hanging a lot. He's not touching the ground. He's going to the gym a lot. He needs to go more. Okay, the next part is some pair work. We can't really do pair work right now, but you can practice making a role play. Person A and person B. Person A says, "What are you doing these days?" And person B responds, "I am working on a team project for an engineering class." Remember, again, spoken English, the person would probably use a contraction here. I'm working on a team project for an engineering class. Okay, the important thing here is perfect continuous, so work plus ing. What are you up to these days? I'm working a lot to save money for a trip. Working a lot. more than normal. Why? To save money for a trip. Okay, let's look at the language builder. Jinwoo is still working hard every day. Jinwoo is still working. Still, we mentioned this before, still means Jinwoo worked hard in the past and she is working hard now. So Jinwoo is still working hard. Carmen is looking forward to playing tennis with Emil. Carmen is looking, verb plus ing, forward to, playing, play plus ing. Looking forward to. Looking forward to means she can't wait. She's excited about playing tennis with Emil. David and Sachiko are thinking of getting engaged. Thinking of, or as I said before, thinking about is also possible, means they're not sure. They're thinking about it. Getting engaged, that's when one partner asks the other person, will you marry me? And the person says yes, then you're engaged. So they may have some kind of event. They're getting engaged. The practice at the bottom, we have three possibilities. So we're following Jinwoo is still working. I'm still a university student. Now you notice this example doesn't have the verb to be, continuous, perfect, present continuous verb. So this sentence is simple present tense. I'm still a university student. I'm looking forward to going to the beach next weekend. So I'm looking forward to doing something. What? Going to the beach next weekend. I'm thinking of getting a new job. And of course, you can fill in any information you want. Let's listen to this conversation.
Track 2.
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. Yes, me too. I heard that Paula and Andy got married. That's great news. But Manuel and Carmen aren't speaking to each other. That's not surprising.
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. So Sachiko and Michelle, they just met. Maybe it's the beginning of the semester. She's looking forward to. She can't wait to see everybody again. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. Michelle, yes, me too. Sachiko said, I heard Paula and Andy got married. That's great news. So catching up. Then Sachiko says, but Manuel and Carmen aren't speaking to each other. Not speaking to each other, that means they've had some kind of argument. And they're not friendly to one another anymore. And Michelle says, that's not surprising, which means that happens often. It's not a new thing. This section is titled Follow-up Questions. When we talk to somebody, we always want some extra information. So in the example, what are you doing these days? I'm working in a restaurant most evenings. Okay, we just don't stop the conversation there. So he asks a follow-up question. Are you enjoying it? It's not bad, but it's very tiring. It's not bad means it's not great. It's okay. It's somewhere in the middle of like and dislike. But it's very tiring. So she gets very tired. Let's listen to the conversation between the police officer and the robber.
Track 3. What are you doing these days?
I'm still doing the same job.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, very much. The pay's good, and I do a lot of running, so it's very healthy. How's your work going?
It's not bad. The pay's not very good, but I get a nice car.
Well, I have to be going now. Give me a call sometime.
What's a good time to call you?
I'm usually home after the banks close.
Did we fill in all the blanks? Sorry about that, we got cut off because of a coronavirus update. So, you've listened to the conversation between the police officer and the robber. I don't know if the police officer knows the person he's talking to is a robber. I'm guessing if he does, they wouldn't be having this conversation. The police officer asks him, "What are you doing these days?" And the robber says, "I'm still doing the same job." The police officer, "Are you enjoying it?" And the robber answers, "Yes, very much. The pay is good." So he makes a lot of money. "And I do a lot of running, so it's very healthy." "How's your work going?" And the police officer says, "It's not bad." In other words, it's okay. The pay is not very good, but I get a nice car. The robber says, "Well, I have to be going now. Give me a call sometime." The police officer says, "What's a good time to call you?" And the robber replies, "I'm usually home after the banks close." So I guess that's when his job finishes. Okay, let's move on. This is a role play. Sachiko is having a conversation with you. She asks you, "What are you doing these days?" And you answer, "I'm still working for the same company." You could say, "I'm still going to the same university," or "I'm still attending the same university." Sachiko asks her, "Are you enjoying it?" "Not very much." You could say, "Yes, I love it." "So what are your plans?" And you say, "I'm thinking of moving to Brazil." Or, "I'm thinking of moving to Canada." Sachiko says, "That's great." And "I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of old friends this summer." "That's very nice. Well, I have to be going now. See you again soon." The review has several activities. We'll just look at this one. It's similar to the activity we looked at before. So number 1, these days she's studying very hard. Number 2, can you guess? These days, playing a lot of tennis. Should be these days he's playing a lot of tennis. These days, he enjoys going fishing every weekend. These days, he's going camping a lot. These days, he's eating a lot of hamburgers. These days, he's fighting a lot of monsters. So number 2, number 3, and number 4 the word he is. Oh, no, and number 2, 3, and 4. He's playing, he's going. So that's Unit 1. I've uploaded a homework for Unit 1 on the LMS site. You should, it's a worksheet. You should complete it by the end of this week. And I'll see you again for Unit 2. Thank you. Take care.